Ellis, can you explain the difference between inconsistencies, that is, the difference between information entered on an application and government records, and then ineligibility based on an offer of affordable employer-sponsored insurance? Now, in the case of inconsistency, the applicant will receive a notice of inconsistency. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then they'll have the opportunity to rectify those inconsistencies. Would that be accurate?
That's accurate.
So in the case of an applicant, I would say someone acting in good faith who receives a tax credit not realizing or fully understanding they are ineligible because they or a family member were offered employer-sponsored coverage receive an inconsistency notice. What will they owe when the error is identified?
If the taxpayer in question was eligible for affordable employer-provided insurance, they would owe the entirety of their advanced tax credit back. If they were simply given an overage, they would owe back the extra amount, presuming that they make more than a certain amount of income as set in law by statute.
Now, if they did not have a refund coming, what would happen in that case?
In that case, they would have a straight liability to the IRS. They would have to do a payment. That payment could potentially have interest, and also, if payment does not happen, the liens and levies that were discussed earlier could also come into play.
Okay. Mr. Pollack, would you agree with that analysis?
Yes, I do.
So that a taxpayer acting in good faith could see a lien coming as a result of the complexities of the tax code?
Is that a hypothetical potential? Of course there is. But the real issue here is really not the error scenario that we're focusing on right now. Where the real potential is for liability is not significantly in errors, as we talked about errors before. It's because when people honestly, accurately portray their current circumstances and they receive a tax credit subsidy accordingly, where the potential for liability is significant is that despite the fact that the response was honest and accurate, things change over the course of the year. Someone may have gotten a bonus in terms of their compensation. They may have received an increase in their salary. They may have had more overtime than they had expected. There are a variety of factors like that which mean that the accurate, not error, information provided by an individual changes over the course of that year. And that will result in a potential liability. That is what I think may very well happen in April of 2015. I do not believe that we're going to see liability to any significant degree because of errors as we have been talking about it in this hearing. It's what happens prospectively that was unpredictable, rather what happened retrospectively that was reported inaccurately.
But my concern is that the tax code was already very complicated before we added more complications as a result of this health care issue. And my concern is that a taxpayer acting in good faith, wishing to do the right thing, could see a pretty significant penalty. Thank you. I'll yield back.